Hey guys, Coach Aaron here with your at-home workout of the day for Tuesday, April 20th. So your prep for the day, we're gonna go through 10 towel rows, 5 each side thread the needles, and then 5 each side plank up downs. So to start your towel row, you're gonna grab a towel. Okay, we're gonna go into a upright towel row. So you're gonna be standing with your feet shoulder width apart. Okay, slight little bend in the knee, slight little bend in the hips. You're gonna bring that towel in front of you, shoulder width apart. Okay, you're gonna pull on the towel so that you have tension between your hands. Okay, my shoulders are down and away from my ears. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna row and pull that towel into the bottom of my rib cage while maintaining that tension between my hands the whole time. Okay, so I'm gonna slowly pull that towel into my rib cage with my elbows tucked in, and then bring it back out to that starting position. Okay, keeping our core tight and then squeezing our shoulder blades at the top. Okay, we're gonna go through 10 reps. Then we're gonna go through 5 each side thread the needles. So you're gonna make your way down to the floor, find that 4-point position. Okay, so my shoulders are stacked over top of my wrists and my hips stacked over top of my knees. Okay, so I'm going to bend one arm while simultaneously bringing my other arm through, keeping my hips high, keeping my palm up to the sky, and then coming back through to that neutral position. Okay, I'm gonna reach through as far as I can, getting a nice stretch in that shoulder and lat, and then coming back through. Okay, we're gonna do 5 reps on one side and then 5 reps on the other. Finally, you're gonna stay on the ground for that plank up down. Okay, you're gonna start in a plank position, elbows on the ground, toes on the ground, and then your core nice and engaged, hips down. Okay, I'm gonna make my way to my hand on each side, one at a time, and then coming back down to my elbow one at a time. I'm gonna complete 5 reps on one side and then 5 reps on the other, keeping my core tight and making sure my hips don't rock back and forth. Okay. We're gonna go through all 3 of those exercises for 3 rounds, and that's your prep for the day. So your strength for the day. We're gonna go through 15 push-ups, 20 each side dumbbell rows on a bench, and then 5 prone swimmers. So to start with that push-up, I'm gonna show you a couple different options. We're gonna start from most difficult to least difficult, okay? So for the most difficult, you're gonna do a plyo push-up, make your way down to the floor. Okay, you're gonna be over top, shoulders over top of your wrists, and then toes on the ground. You're gonna come down and then try to get some momentum to push yourself off the ground. Okay, like so, keeping your core tight, making sure you're trying to get a little bit of height there. Okay, that's the most difficult. And then the second most difficult, you're gonna put your feet up on a bench. You're gonna do a decline push-up. Okay, so feet go up. I'm over top of my wrists again. Lower myself down to the ground and then come back up. Again, keeping my core nice and tight. Okay, the third most difficult, you're going to do just a standard push-up. Okay, toes on the ground, shoulders stacked over top of those wrists. Lower yourself to the floor and then come back up. Okay, the one after that, you're gonna do an incline push-up. So almost the same as the decline, but reverse. So now my hands are gonna be on the bench, okay, and then my toes on the ground. Okay, again, lowering yourself and your chest all the way to that bench and then pressing back up. Okay, the next one down after that is from your knees. So coming back down to the floor, I'm on my knees, stacked over top of my wrists once again, lower my chest down, and then coming back up to that starting position. Okay, next after that is an incline on your knees. So you're gonna go back over to the bench. Okay, I'm on my knees, I'm over top of that bench, lowering my chest down to the bench, and then coming back up. Finally, the least difficult, you're gonna do a push-up on the wall if you have one close by. Okay, so I'm gonna be stepped away from the wall a little bit, hands on the wall just outside of shoulders. Okay, can be on my toes a little bit. I'm gonna lower myself to the wall and then coming back up. Okay, so I just went from most difficult to least difficult. We have 15 reps we're gonna go through for this. So you're gonna do 5 reps at one of the 3 or at 3 of the 3 levels. Okay, so you're gonna start at your most difficult level, whether that's the plyometric push-up, or maybe that's the decline push-up, or standard. Okay, you're starting at one of the levels at 5 push-ups. When you've completed those, you're gonna go down to the next easiest level, complete 5 more push-ups, and then go down 1 more level and complete your final 5 push-ups for 15 reps in total. Okay, for the second exercise, we're gonna do 20 each side dumbbell rows on a bench. Okay, so you're gonna find a bench, a box, chair, ottoman, something you guys have, couch maybe. Okay, you're gonna find yourself over top of the bench, one hand on the bench. My back is nice and flat. Okay, my hips are back towards the wall, knee bend and hip bend. Core is tight. Okay, single arm. I'm gonna bring that dumbbell into my rib cage, elbow tight, and then slowly lower back down to the floor. Okay, making sure I'm not using momentum, it's nice and controlled. I'm gonna do 20 reps on one side and then 20 reps on the other side, okay, for 40 reps in total. And then finally we have our prone swimmer. So you're gonna find your way back down to the floor, laying face down. My head is nice and close to the floor, okay? I'm going to start with my hands overhead. Okay, fingertips are touching, they're off the ground. I'm going to come around nice and slow, twist my palms up to the sky, and then come and meet my hands at my low back. And then I'm gonna come back around, twisting my palms back down to the floor, and then coming back to that starting position. Okay, my hands are never touching the ground, and I'm making sure my head and my neck are facing the floor instead of going through a back extension. Okay, so we're gonna go down and back as 1 rep. You're gonna do 5 of those. So you're gonna go through those 3 exercises for 4 rounds, and that's your strength for the day. So your Metcon for the day is a 5-minute AMRAP. So you're going to complete these 3 exercises as many times as you can in 5 minutes. You're gonna count the amount of rounds that you get in those 5 minutes. Okay, remember that. You're gonna rest for 2 minutes, and then the second part, you're gonna complete the same amount of rounds that you got in that first 5-minute AMRAP for time at the end. Okay, so let's say I get through these 3 exercises and I did 4 rounds. I'm gonna rest for 2 minutes when that first 5-minute AMRAP is done, and then I'm going to complete my 4 rounds for time. So I'm gonna go as quickly as possible. So the 3 exercises in that AMRAP are a burpee, 3 reps, a box jump, 3 reps, and then a burpee box jump, also 3 reps. So for that burpee, you have 2 options. You can jump or step back. So I'll show you both. Chest hits the floor both times, step back, step up, and jump, okay? Or I can hop back, both feet at the same time, chest hits the floor, hop back up, and jump, okay? Then you have your box jump. Find a box, ottoman, stool. We're gonna bend the knees, come up, and then stand up nice and tall at the top. Okay, make sure that whole foot lands on the box. You're standing up nice and tall at the top, and then coming back down. You got 3 reps. If you do not have a box, you can do a broad jump. So you're gonna find a little bit of space, feet a little bit wider than shoulders distance apart. Okay, I'm gonna bend at the ankles, hips, and knees. Use my arms for a little bit of momentum. Then I'm gonna explode forward, nice soft landing, turn around. I'm gonna do 3 reps in total, okay? Then I have my burpee box jump, so I can do the same thing. With the box, I can jump or step back. Okay, coming with my chest down to the floor. I'm gonna jump up, nice soft landing, stand up tall, 3 reps. If you do not have your box, you're gonna do the same thing with that broad jump, okay? Step or jump back, hop up, go straight into that broad jump. Nice soft landing, okay? 3 reps, whichever one. If you have a box, do that. If you don't, do that broad jump, okay? So for the first 5 minutes, you're going through as many rounds as you can. Remember that amount of reps, rounds. You're gonna rest for 2 minutes, and then for that second section, you're gonna do the same amount of rounds that you got in the first part and complete it for time. that is your Metcon for the day.